Bottlenecks can absolutely wreck your business. And this isn't just for manufacturing. Any type of business, whether you're a service business, a restaurant, or whether you sell products locally, if you have bottlenecks in the way that you get or deliver your services to customers, you're going to have problems. It's going to lead to upset customers. It's going to lead to things not working. It's going to lead to a loss of profitability. Learning to fix and identify bottlenecks is one of the best things you can do as a small business owner. So in this video, we're going to break down exactly what you need to know, whether you've done any operations work before, whether you're a brand new business owner, or whether you've been in business a long time but just looking to up your game. I'm going to teach you exactly how to identify and break down bottlenecks so that your business operates as smooth as possible. You get your time back, you get your profit back, and your business keeps growing. Let's break this down. Okay, first off, what's a bottleneck? Imagine a bottle. The neck is the narrowest part, right? That's why we use that analogy. In a business, a bottleneck is just like that. It's a point where the flow of work starts to slow down because it can't get through fast enough. This happens for lots of reasons, but today we're focusing on the main types and how to fix them. So there are generally three types of bottlenecks. There are process bottlenecks, people bottlenecks, and technology bottlenecks. So number one, process bottlenecks. Process bottlenecks happen when the way we do things is inefficient. Maybe it's too complicated, or maybe it's got too many steps, it's too hard to understand. Think of a bakery that can bake 100 loaves an hour, but can only ice 50. The icing step is the process bottleneck, right? So before we jump into the next one, if you don't have a website for your small business, check out the link below to Mighty Sites. It's only $9 a month. All right, now back to it. Number two is people bottlenecks. So people bottlenecks occur when there aren't enough hands or the right expertise to do the job. So this can slow everything down. So let's just take our bakery example again. So if that same bakery has only one person who can decorate the cakes, but there are 10 cakes to decorate, well, that becomes the bottleneck, right? Because you have to wait for that person to be available to do it. The third type of bottleneck is a technology bottleneck. So we all use tons of tools and software at this point, no matter what type of business we're in. If they're too outdated or they're too slow, they can hold back your whole operation. So again, let's take our bakery example, let's talk about the oven, right? That's a piece of technology. If it can only bake 20 loaves at a time, but there's demand for 100 loaves, the oven becomes the bottleneck. So how do we fix these bottlenecks? Let's break it down a little bit. The first thing is fixing process bottlenecks. So simplifying is key. Look at each step and ask, do we need to do this? Can we do it faster, or can we do it in a better way? Sometimes combining steps or cutting out unnecessary ones can make a huge difference in how fast you can get things done. Up next is people bottlenecks. So for people bottlenecks, you have to consider hiring more staff, or invest in training your current team to do more tasks, or cross-training some people to know how to do both so that when the demand's there, you can immediately remove the bottleneck. Sometimes just rearranging who does what can also solve the problem. And then last, we have technology bottlenecks. So it might be time for an upgrade. So investing in faster computers, better software, more efficient machines or tools to do the job can pay off by speeding up your whole operation. Think of a lawn care business that invests in riding mowers and zero-turn mowers versus push mowers. Makes a huge difference and removes the bottleneck for how many lawns they can do in a day. So there you have it. Right? And if you're identifying and fixing bottlenecks can seem tough, but with a little observation and practice and creativity, you'll learn to smooth these things out so your business runs as fast and as smooth as possible. If you like this video, hit that subscribe, hit that like. But first, we're going to start talking about how to get more customers. So check out these next videos as we identify ways that you can improve your visibility and get more customers for your small business. Until next time, hit that subscribe, hit that like. We'll catch you in the next video.